Hello and welcome back to another Criterion Haul collection video. I guess that's about the best way to put this. This is actually our second one. If you haven't seen our July one, you can actually click that link in the top right about now. As well as it'll appear at the end of the video. But for November, we didn't actually get as much. Obviously, that July haul was pretty crazy. And obviously in November, you're getting ready for the holidays. I got a lot of other purchases you got to make, so it's a little bit less of a haul this time, but still pretty good, and a lot of box sets, so actually maybe not the same as actual physical cases, but the amount of movies is quite up there actually. We'll get into this and we'll let you know what we picked up for November 2021. Alright, first up is Spine 336, which is Dazed and Confused. Which actually, it's kind of fascinating that we didn't actually already have this in our collection, but we as a group really want to do something related to Dazed and Confused, possibly out in Kansas at that old bowling alley if you saw our Brendan's birthday bash video. But stay tuned, I think we'll definitely talk about this one on the channel. Next up is Spine 432, which is Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. This one I actually don't know too much about. This is our blind buy of the month. This was actually on a lot of Criterion hauls, be it for the month of November or the month of July on other YouTube videos, and I was like, looks kind of interesting, so I picked it up. Next up is Spine 794, which is Inside Llewyn Davis. This is by the Coen brothers, and obviously a ton of people know who the Coen brothers are, so this one is probably going to be the more of the mainstream ones. There's probably one later on that will be a little bit more mainstream as far as it being newer, but definitely wanted to pick this one up. Next up is Spine 841, which is Lone Wolf and Cub. Now, if you're a fan of The Mandalorian, this one will probably have some similar themes, so I would definitely recommend it if you enjoyed that series. Now, this one, again, is just one box, but it actually contains quite a few different films, as you can see on the back here. Next up is Spine 857, 858, and 859, because this is the Before Trilogy. And as you can see, they'll have their individual numbers there. This is another Richard Linklater film, which obviously Dazed and Confused we got earlier. So this was one of my first 3 pickups, along with Dazed and Confused. So it honestly looked like it was just going to be a Richard Linklater month. Next up is Spine 1036, which is Bruce Lee, his greatest hits collection. Now this was again one of my first 3 pickups. And I just obviously could not pass up on the Bruce Lee collection again. It was obviously big for the July collectors, but I mean, it comes with so many movies, especially like you get Enter the Dragon, which is like the big one right there. As well as you get Game of Death, The Way of the Dragon, Fist of Fury, and The Big Boss. So, can't go wrong with this collection. So this one is Spine 1058, and it is The Irishman, which obviously is the most recent of the films that I picked up this big on Netflix. I didn't watch it on Netflix. I did know that it at least got picked up by Criterion, so I could pick up the physical copy. But it was never on the top of my list to watch. Obviously, there's so many movies it's hard to get to. But I saw a review from Michael Francis, and I was like, oh, I gotta watch this now. So, The Irishman, we'll definitely have to talk about it, perhaps on our True History of the Silver Screen series. Next up is Spine 1092, which is probably the newest for the actual releases as far as when it was released. This one I think was back in September of this year, and it is Throwdown. So lots of different martial arts movies making their way into our collections this year, and we want to do a series revolving around different cinema essays, or film essays, so hopefully we'll get to this at some point in the future. And then last is The World of Wong Kar Wai, this giant set. I mean, just absolutely giant. It feels really heavy. It has a ton of films, including like Chungking Express, which I think a lot of people know are Fallen Angels. So we'll definitely have to watch this. And if you want us to do an unboxing of it or any of the previously stated movies, let us know in the comments below. So again, here is everything that we picked up for the month of November 2021. Again, not as big as our July one, but hey, we still got quite a good haul here. Quite a few films, especially considering how many different box sets we actually got. So we definitely have quite a bit to watch over these next few months leading up to next July's sale. Again, if you have any of these that you actually want us to talk about that might not make it into like our Spirits of the Silver Screen episode or a True History of the Silver Screen episode, let us know in the comments and we can make one of our first actual film essays about that. But until next time, if you want to see that July haul, click the link to your left. If you actually want to see what we're doing here at Culz Paranormal, click the link to your right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, what did you pick up during the month of November?